The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini was an inspiring novel that covered a major historical event in Afghanistan. During this time, the Soviets, also known as modern-day Russia, invaded the country.
In one of our article forums, this issue was addressed. I found it interesting to see two diverse views on this historical event. The book started out with a grandfather, his son, Baba, and his grandson, Amir. They had a servant, Ali, who also had a son, Hassan. This family grew up together and bonded, but after a tragedy occurred, when Hassan was sexually assaulted, and Amir watched and did nothing about it, the family grew further and further apart. Eventually, the time came when the two servants, who were basically a part of the family, decided to pack their belongings and leave.
It was at this time, 5 years after this occurred, that the Soviets began to invade Afghanistan. Baba was known to talk bad against the communists and mullahs. When being invaded, he knew that in order to protect himself and Amir, he had to leave before the authorities could find him. As you could see, the historical event really changed the lives of the characters in the story. At this time, they were forced to start their lives over in the United States of America, more specifically in the Fremont, California.
Later on in the book, Amir receives a phone call that convinces him to return to Afghanistan to reunite with an old family friend. He later discovers that Hassan was his half-brother and that Hassan and his wife had recently been murdered, the reason being that he went against the Taliban. As you can see, the author did a good job incorporating this historical event into the story and into the lives of these characters. At this point on, Amir's goal is to find Hassan's son, Sohrab, who was in an orphanage, and raise him like Hassan would. Amir went through a lot to try and fulfill this goal. He had to return to Afghanistan, that was at this point controlled by the Taliban. They had strict laws and rules, so this made Amir's journey 10 times worse when he was forced to wear a fake beard and a turban in order to even enter this area.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin